This is Christel, a student who sponsors some copies of Daily Rhema devotional guide for the School Outreach Program. According to her, she has experienced the favor of the Lord after she sponsored copies of the devotional. Among them is the amazing surprises she received on her birthday. Today, Christel cannot keep her joy and excitement for what God did for her on her birthday. She says, "I believe this is a miracle that has happened when I sponsored some copies of Daily Rhema." Christel is thanking God and believes this little testimony she has shared will make a way for greater testimonies ahead of her. Let's listen to her as she shares her testimony.
Good afternoon. I want to share testimonies that I received when I encountered a Daily Rhema evangelist. So I was in my hostel because I'm a student, and this evangelist came and encouraged me to sponsor some copies of the Daily Rhema devotional guide. I was reluctant because it was just the beginning of the semester and I didn't know how I would survive if I gave my all. But with prayer and all, I was able to sponsor some of the copies of the Daily Rhema. And the next day was my birthday. I received a lot of surprises I wasn't even expecting. I received a birthday cake, pizza, chicken man, champagne, Fanta, like a lot of things, Momo. I was really happy and surprised that day because I wasn't expecting anything, and I believe this is a miracle that happened when I sponsored some copies of the Daily Rhema. And I believe that this little testimony that I have to share will make way for greater testimonies, because that's so in the Bible that we testify to shame the devil, we testify to make ways for more miracle in our life. So I'm sharing this testimony to make way for greater miracles in my life. I thank God and I thank Daily Rhema for this opportunity. God bless you.
Miracles, signs and wonders come from you. Testimonies just like that. Oh. What's not enough to tell of what you've done? Yeah. Turning things around. Everywhere I look. Oh. Around for my good. Yeah.
This is Hilary, a partner of Daily Rhema, who sponsors some copies of Daily Rhema devotional guide for the School Outreach Program. Before her sponsorship, Hilary trusted God for academic excellence and healing from a ceased menstruation which had bothered her for 6 months. God heard her cry after she gave into the Daily Rhema School Outreach Program and healed her completely. Hilary also got a surprise of her life when her cumulative weighted average increased for that academic year, laying a stronger platform for her for greater things to come. She finally completed the university with first-class honors. This is her semester results after she sponsored some copies of the devotional.
I am secure in your love, my peace unspeakable in the midst of the storm.
Let's listen to her as she shares her testimony.
I just really want to thank God so much. He has been good to me, particularly through Daily Rhema. I remember about 2 years ago, I was in my room, I think preparing for examinations, and I got a knock on my door. I decided to open it, and it was a Daily Rhema evangelist, and he was there to evangelize to me and to speak to me about Daily Rhema. And so I actually spent a lot of time with him, and he encouraged me and urged me to give to the work of Daily Rhema. And in fact, when he said that, I don't know, but I felt like, okay, fine, this is something that I wanted to do. So I offered to pay an amount and it was lower than what I had. And he encouraged me to give like all that I had. I was like, hey, if I give you all that I have again, well, how am I going to fend for myself and all that? But I don't know. I was really struck by his message and I decided to give. So I sponsored about 36 copies, which is more than my age and more than that was even more than my capacity. But I was really encouraged and I trusted that God was going to use my offering as a means to bless me. So after I offered that, he asked me what I wanted, and I told him that I wanted academic favor. Like I wanted to do very well that semester because I was learning when he actually came. And to the glory of God, that semester, oh my goodness, like I increased. It was so great. It really helped me, and it's ushered me to 78 as my CWA. And I'm just so grateful to God that I met the evangelist on that day, because even aside that, the offering that I gave, I saw that it had a lot of impact in my life, my health, my finances, like every single thing. And it's really helped me cultivate the habit of giving it to the Lord, because it was a really blessed time that I had with the evangelist. And that time I was struggling with my menstrual period for about 6 months. I hadn't had my period, and in fact it was really frustrating me because I was wondering, hey, is there something wrong? I went to the hospital, they told me it was a condition and all that, and then they had recommended drugs. I was taking it but I wasn't seeing anything. And so he urged me that I should give to the Lord again, and I did. In fact, that day I didn't have money at all. It was my last. I gave him every bit of my last, and he prayed for me and told me that by the end of the month I would get my period. And to the glory of God, I got it on the 25th of February, and I was just so happy. I was just so happy. I even thank God for the fact that I was able to sponsor, even though I didn't have money. And through that, God really helped me, and God has been providing for me in ways that I never imagined that he would provide. So I encourage all of us to give unto the Lord. We should give unto the Lord. When we give unto the Lord, he's going to magnify every single thing that we are searching for in our life. It's going to bless us with everything that we desire for. And another important reason of giving to the Lord is when you give to the Lord, your heart follows God, because where your treasures are, there lies your heart. So if you want a way you can draw closer to God, when you give your resources unto him, it's also a great way, because your heart will also follow it. So I encourage every single person who is hearing my voice to give unto the Lord. No matter what you are looking for, no matter what, he's going to do it for you. And even I'm trusting God that I'll graduate with an over 80 average, and I know that there is nothing that is impossible for him to do. Give unto the Lord, give unto Daily Rhema, and you'll be blessed. Amen.
As a consistent partner of Daily Rhema, Hilary had been in the news as she recently gained a fully funded scholarship to pursue a PhD at the University of Maryland as the first female student to graduate with a CWA of 80.89 in a department. What a God we serve. Hilary has never regretted after she became a partner of Daily Rhema. Let's listen to her words of appreciation. Stay back and be encouraged with these touching words.
So I want to thank the life of Daily Rhema. I think 2 years ago I met one Daily Rhema evangelist, and he spoke to me. We had a wonderful time. He spoke to me, he encouraged me, and then he urged me to give to the cause of Daily Rhema, and that I would bless the lives of a lot of people by doing that. And so I was encouraged to do that. So in fact, I gave all I had. And at that time, and he asked me what I was looking for, what I wanted, and I told him that I wanted academic excellence. Like I wanted to do very well that semester since I'm a student. So then, glory be to God, that semester I really increased. I increased by 2, and that was a very wonderful figure for me, and it really ushered me to a wonderful place. And I'm really grateful that I met this Daily Rhema evangelist, and it has been a blessing upon my life. And I would like to encourage everyone to give to the cause of Daily Rhema, and that their giving is not wasted. God sees, God knows, and God will provide our every need. I also want to thank God so much because I was having issues with my menstrual period for months now. I hadn't had it, and I met a Daily Rhema evangelist again, and he urged me to give and all that, and I spoke to him about the problem. He prayed for me, and all. Then to the glory of God, as I speak, I have had it now, and I'm really happy and glad that I gave to the cause of Daily Rhema. I encourage every single person to do it, because there is a God of Daily Rhema, and He works, and He's good, He's amazing. Every time you have the opportunity to give, I encourage you to give to the cause of Daily Rhema. God bless you so much.
This is Priscilla, a student who sponsors some copies of Daily Rhema devotional guide for the School Outreach Program. After Priscilla sacrificed to sponsor some copies of the devotional, the favor of the Lord located her as she placed her prayer request before the Lord. The Lord did not fail her and provided all she needed, including a new phone and laptop worth about 100 times the amount she gave to sponsor the copies of the devotional at the time. Since then, good things have been coming my way, she says. She is thanking God for all the provision and encourages everyone to support the Daily Rhema School Outreach Program by sponsoring copies of the devotional, and your life will never remain the same. Let's listen to her as she shares her testimony.
My name is Priscilla, level 200 student offering biochemistry. So a Daily Rhema evangelist one day came to my room and spoke to me about the Rhema Outreach Program. Then she asked me to give out an amount that is like abnormal to me, like an amount from my heart that I've not even given out before, to support a number of copies of the Rhema devotional book. But at that point, I honestly had like 200 CDs, and that was even for my lens. I was supposed to get a lens, and I had to top that money up to get a lens. But she said a few words of God. She shared a few words of God with me, and I was moved and convinced enough. After giving out the money, I was very sad because it was my lens money, and I needed the lens at that moment because I couldn't read from afar in class. I needed that money really to get my lens, and I couldn't even tell anybody. I couldn't tell my mother that the money she gave me was gone, because I knew that if you do good, you don't have to go about telling people. So the day she came, I told her that I really needed a phone and a laptop for my studies and all that. But glory be to God, now I have the laptop and I have the phone, and since that day, like, good things have been coming my way, like money, unexpected money, 600, 400. Thank God for all these things, and I encourage everyone, each and everyone, to support the Rhema devotional book copies with an amount that is like he or she has not given out before, and you will see the great hand of God in their lives. Amen.
I shall never want every day, everywhere. See the word is working, and I'm so full of praise. In the morning, and in the evening. Now I tell the story of how I overcame. I testify.
sponsoring copies of Daily Rhema Devotional Guide into the School Outreach Program. You too will have a testimony to share. Be a partner today. You can also be a blessing to others for their salvation, deliverance, healing, and breakthrough. All you need to do is to share this link to friends, family, and loved ones, to subscribe to our official YouTube channel, Salah Network Official. Send the link to friends and family on WhatsApp. Together, let's win souls for Christ.